Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Chalk Talk here in the DK Pittsburgh Sports Steelers YouTube channel. We actually have some football to break down, some 2025 football, preseason football, but it's still football. And so I don't want to dive fully in and do this long 45 minute to hour video. We're going to take this, one step at a time, and I figured the best place to start is actually the first play of the first offensive play of the game for the Steelers, and I thought it was a good play call to get things going. Usually, a lot of the time, teams will just run the ball, do well. This was obviously a completed pass to Ramon Wilson for 19 yards. But let's break this down. What are the Steelers trying to do here? What's the concept? How are they trying to attack the defense? What are they doing to manipulate the defense? So on and so forth. So here you have a bunch formation here. So this is a 3-by-1. 3-by-1 under center. Mason Rudolph puts Darnell Washington in motion to move him over here. So now you're in a 2-by-2. 12 personnel here, so because you got two tight ends, you got one running back, so Ramon Wilson here is going to be running a dig, and then Scotty Miller is going to be running a post, though he very, very much definitely gets some contact, and I think they definitely threw a flag, and I think the flag was up there, but I think one of the things that really helps sell this is also the type of run that they're selling. You have to sell the play action because those are the only two routes that are being ran. Kenny Gainwell doesn't go out for a pass. Connor Hayward doesn't go out for a pass. Darnell Washington doesn't. All these guys are helping block and protect the quarterback. And a lot of the time when you think, there's only two guys going out for a pass, well, again, if you design this right, it can get open. So what the Steelers do here when they actually snap the ball is you get the entire line moving in this direction, which is telling the defense initially wide zone / outside zone to the left. And so you get, all of these guys. Notice how all these guys, when I say these guys, I mean these guys here on the second level, they all move up. They all go up. They're all expecting run. That opens up anything else that's behind them. So Ramon Wilson, Scotty Miller, both going out for passes. Again, Scotty Miller is kind of running this deep post. Wilson is trying to maintain his inside leverage on Tyson Campbell and then run a dig here over the middle. Now, a lot of the time with these type of concept, this isn't your typical high cross, which I thought it was initially when the game was actually happening, and then you run burner, or you run like rider, or you run one of these Shanahan high cross play action concepts. But either way, the principle is pretty much the same, where with these two routes, Mason's going to check for the alert, which the alert is always the guy running the deeper route. And right now he is obviously covered up, and then you have a safety over the top who is pointed in his direction. Now, that's what the safety's job is. That safety's job is to make sure that the deepest route is taken away. And that's what, when you're facing cover 1 or cover 3, and this right here is cover 1 because you have man coverage with one deep safety. It's pretty simple at this point because this safety is taken away because of the deep route. So all Ramon Wilson has to do, because the play action brought all the other guys down toward the line of scrimmage, all he has to do is just get open. And then Mason's going to hit him. And that's what happens. Mason waits. He has time. We've been, these type of concepts, they take time to develop. Offensive line has to give the quarterback time. He's given time. Mason waits what I would say maybe just a fraction too long. I'd like to see the ball come out a little earlier. I'm also nitpicking. But the reason why I say that is from the time that Roman actually creates separation there, I mean, it's like he waits for him to create separation, then throws. And with quarterbacks, you typically want to see the ball come out. You want to trust your receiver. It's also preseason. You're getting your timing down. Again, I'm nitpicking here. But Mason gets rid of it. Roman does a good job of creating enough separation with a guy covering him. He does kind of have to stop, so it's not the greatest throw. You'd like to see that ball hit him in stride. But at least throw it somewhat out in front of him so that he can continue to run to it. And again, if Roman doesn't get enough separation there, this ball doesn't get caught. Because it's not thrown far enough away where he can keep running away from the man. He does kind of have to stop, and you can kind of see this right here. Like, the ball's in the air, he kind of has to stop right there in the middle hashes. And then Campbell's like right there when the ball gets there, where this initial separation right here is good. I mean, it's pretty good separation there. That's, to me, that's the kind of stuff I'm looking for. Now, we can talk about, this is the kind of stuff we're going to see this season. Well, it's in the playbook. So, yes, it's in the playbook. But I also think you're going to see during the season more sophisticated versions of what this play is. You are going to see more of this, but I'm looking more at how does Ramon Wilson do beating a man across from him, an actual NFL corner, Tyson Campbell, like real life NFL cornerback, and he beat him. That's good news. That's a good start for Ramon Wilson here. And then he's able to also make the catch with contact right there, and he holds on. That's good stuff. 19 yards, first down. Good play call, good play design. But again, we're also talking, it's preseason. The fraction of the playbook that they actually took out there is very, very small. So let's look at the end zone angle here really quick. Because I do want to look at some of the pass protection, the way the offensive line did with protecting the quarterback here. Let's get over. Darnell Washington moves in motion. Of course, all eyes are on Broderick Jones. But again, when you see the offensive line move all in unison right there, that is initially telling the defense this is a run, and this is a zone run to obviously the side that they're all moving, when they all move in unison like that. But the great thing about this is they get into pass protection mode really, really early. Now, Broderick Jones facing Hines Allen right there. Shoves him back. I mean, and the thing is that Brod also knows that Mason's going to be like rolling back out. So even though he kind of lets him go there at that point, like, he's protected him for long enough. This is more on Connor Hayward being able to block this guy, and does it for long enough. You'd like to see a little bit better pass protection there, but everything else is clean. Everything else is good. Troy Fautanu does a good job of making sure that Washington can stay on 44. He sees 23 coming, picks him up. Of course, 23 has no chance against Fautanu. But, we see Mason McCormick here standing up 52. Zach Frazier. Mason McCormick do a good job on 93, doubling him, taking him out of the play. Offensive line looks really good in this game. And again, they're going up against, the Jaguars played a lot of ones in this game. And so that's good news, Now you can't see Ramon Wilson when the ball's coming out. And yes, the ball is obviously in front of him. I just like to see that ball maybe go to about the hash. And then that way Roman can get his break and then sprint away from him. You see what I'm saying? That's all. I mean, again, I'm nitpicking. It's a completed pass. But, Arthur Smith talked about it after the game. He got some details to clean up. He didn't mention this play specifically. But when you look at the details of everything, those are kind of things this is things that they can improve on and get better at. You executed the play, that's good. Well, it can still be better, and that's what offenses should aspire to be, is to be the best version that they can possibly be. But overall, I thought this was a great way to start the game. Steelers running the football, that's what everybody thinks. Well, you go out, you show run, you sell the run, and then you run a good play action concept that attacks the middle of the field, and the concept works. You manipulated the defense, manipulated the second level of the defense, got them all crashing down. It opens things up behind them. Roman Wilson beats his man. Mason Rudolph makes a good enough throw to get it to him. Executed play. This is good stuff. Great way to start the game. I thought like watching live, I'm like, wow, that's exactly how you should want to start a game. Thought it was good. Yeah, so anyway, I'll be back tomorrow. We'll continue to dive into this game, look at some of the things that I liked, maybe, find some things I didn't like as well. But, there are definitely more encouraging things than discouraging things from this game. So we'll catch you guys on the Flippity Flip. See you later.